I think it's finally happened. We've finally gone to the dogs. Hello everyone on the internet watching this right now. Thank you for watching. What is this, you might be wondering? Well, it's a plastic doggy with big boggly eyes that sits atop a box that's supposed to be the doggy bank. And to be brutally frank, when I look at this box from pretty much any angle, that doesn't reveal the fact that it's just a plastic box that's got a container in the front with, I'm assuming, Japanese writing. I just think Solid Snake should be hiding in it. Got a battery compartment on the bottom. It's actually made in China, so it's possibly Chinese, I don't know. It's called the Doggy Bank. It's got all those usual little logos you would normally expect to see on various different boxes of different things to show different things. But it's actually instructions. You've got what looks like the dog hiding under a giant umbrella, money going into this thing here, hands doing something around a paw print, and then what looks like a dog hiding outside a castle, possibly urinating because it's cutting its leg, or at least that's what it looks like to my eyes. Either that was preparing to take off on a race. So this thing comes from our friends at HappyNet-Wiz. Main source productions, HappyNet Wiz 2009, made in China. You can see there's an off and on button, and there's a battery container here where I've put energizers simply because they're the only batteries I happen to have around. And the instructions are repeated on the other side. The actual dog himself, fairly cheap feeling plastic, but there's a decent amount of movement in the body. I've got a waggly tail here that seems to have 360 motions, but that feels like it's on some sort of spring or something, because you can turn it around and around, but it just won't stay in place. And that, yeah. Ears move, eyes move crazily. It looks like a big doggy dog that's got a mouth and a tongue, and I can sort of do all kinds of stuff in a very limited motion. Really needs to have the motor going to make it do what it's supposed to do. But you're probably wondering what it's supposed to do. And that's where this comes in. Because it's called a Doggy Bank, and right now I've got a whole load of 1 and 2p coins. Oh, and a 5p coin as well. So those of you who are wondering what the UK's money looks like, here's a few examples. The penny has dropped, literally. That is a 1p piece that's dropped on the table, and I did not intend that. So here we have a 5p piece. It's reflecting all the light because of the angle and how shiny it is, and it won't focus properly, but you can just about see Her Majesty's face on the coin, and if we turn it over like that, you can see the tails and the number 5 to show that it's a 5p piece. And here we have a 1p piece, another one. So if I move that way, that might make it a little easier to focus on. So you can see the number 1, you can see it's a penny, and it's got a tail, and we've got Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, on this side. Their heads. Okie dokie. Now, just to clarify a little thing about the British coinage system. The coins show the face of the current monarch, good Queen Bess, Queen Elizabeth II, who is, I believe, somewhere in her mid-80s now, if not fast approaching 90. This is the 2p coin. Okay, significantly larger than the 1p coin, and differentiated by the fact that it's larger, and also made of copper. By the fact that it's got an entirely different design on the back, and it's larger, like I said before, and it's got 2p, or 2p, and so on. But the actual coins themselves, when it becomes Prince Charles' turn to become monarch, when he becomes King Charles, the whatever number he would have after his name, I don't personally care, then the coins will be changed to have his face on, and he will be facing the other way. That's something of a tradition here. I don't know if that's true of other countries, but that's certainly how we do it over here. Obviously, by the time Charles does become king, if he hasn't died before his mother has either died or abdicated, we're probably going to have completely different coins in place for the 1 and 2p coins anyhow. There's talk of replacing the £1 coin with something that'll look more like the £2 coin. And we'll probably have changed some of the others. I think within my lifetime, the only coins that haven't changed is the 1p coin, the 2p coin, and the 20p coin. The 5p, the 10p, the 50p, they've all changed. The £2 coin has been introduced. Oh, and the £1 coin itself hasn't changed either. Anyhow, that's all diverting us from what we were actually here to talk about, which is the Doggy Bank. Let's see this thing in action. There's an on-off switch here. And he just goes crazy to start with, so that's just him warming up. That's him doing his limbering exercises as he looks at us quite dopily now as I turn him over to the camera. Now, how are we going to angle this? I think this will work quite nicely. Just to give you a rough idea what it's all about. I've rambled on for about 7 minutes now. I don't know how much time I'm going to edit out. Well, let's just get on with this. Yes, that's the idea. This is the novelty of this good little dog. He wolfs down the money somehow. After all, if you saw this little beauty here, guarding your money by eating it, would you want to actually go after him and try to get the money back? After all, if he can eat solid copper, he can probably eat you as well. Good boy. Of course, the trick is, of course, it's just a little sensor here that probably has something on there. Oh, yes. So there's a little button just there. The coins hit that. Pushes a switch, that activates the dog, sends him crazy. His actions force that downwards like that, pushing the coin through that little hole there. And the best bit is, you can keep doing this. Over. And over. And over. Again. And again. Oh dear, he seems to have bitten off more than he can chew. So what's basically happened is that 2p coin there is just wedged in against the button, and that's stopping everything from letting it get released. So it's just holding it in place, doing whatever it wants to do. So there you go, it's a novelty that'll last all of about 2 seconds before you get bored of it and want to put it away in shame. But on the other hand, you did notice that there's this little box here. That's quite a good storage area overall. You'd probably convert this to use for something else, such as storing an old toy car, for example, or turning into a hidden base for a spare toy tank if you're into war games. You know, this would look like, this could be redressed to look like some sort of bizarre shop front with a huge mascot that just continuously does strange stuff whenever you can be bothered to actually turn it on. And it will undoubtedly annoy everybody. Oh well. Yeah. 10 out of 10, best thing I've ever seen, ever. Yeah. Thumbs up. Perfect. Do it a bit.